Hello YouTube, welcome to Review and Shop. Today we will watch best synthesizer keyboards in the market of 2020. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. You can find the products by link in the description section. Enjoy the video. We get start to list with number 5. Moog Sub Phatty. Moog have long been associated with high-end synthesizers. The Sub Phatty isn't the flagship Moog synth, but it's a little powerhouse that can transform your music. One of the best things about the Sub Phatty is how simple it is to use with a nice, clean front panel and free editing software. It's essentially a 25-key analog synth with a 31-knob panel that lets you easily control and shape some of the most classic Moog tones. The sound engine comes from 2 variable oscillators running through a high-gain mixer. Inside the mixer, you have a pink noise generator and a sub-oscillator. What this does is adds real grit and depth to the sound. Moog launched their multi-drive circuit with the Sub Phatty. It can either add warmth and round off your tone or turn it into a screaming analog monster. There's not a whole lot of connectivity on offer, but this is as close to a plug-and-play Moog as you'll ever get. The Sub Phatty has some mixed opinions because it's so easy to use. Some more advanced players think that means inferior sound. We can tell you definitively it does not. The only loss through making it so clean and simple to use is some more precise fine-tuning / shaping capabilities. The sound it generates is 100% authentic Moog and perfect for anyone who just wants to add that sound to their work. The editor software does let you go deeper into tweaking the sound, but on stage, you won't always want to use a laptop. If you want something that can generate fat bass lines and aggressive lead lines with no fuss, this is it. Number 4. Korg KingKORG. The KingKORG is one of my personal favorites. It's a semi-weighted 61-key analog modeling powerhouse. One of the reasons it's so good is that it's cheaper than most of the big-name 61-key synths but still delivers supreme quality. It has a full analog vacuum tube driver circuit and a built-in vocoder. The sound engine is Korg's XMT, expanded modeling technology, and it delivers a huge variety of tones. There are 3 oscillators and 3 master effects sections. The front panel is very intuitive, everything is clear and easy to use on the fly. While you do have a lot of sound shaping options, there are around 200 presets which set this synth apart. The presets might be frowned upon by purists, but the reality is they sound amazing, and the option to turn on the tube amp takes them to another level. Synthesizers aren't exactly beginner keyboards, but the KingKORG is the best example of an entry-level, powerful synth. It's not entry-level in terms of quality or sound, but it's the most intuitive and easy-to-use synth on our list. For anyone who performs a lot or produces multiple tracks daily, beat makers, etc., this is the perfect synth. You have more than enough keys to deal with any style without using the transpose button, and you can find / edit the highest quality leads, basses, and pads on the fly. With the KingKORG you don't need to understand complex things to deliver a complex sound. It's beautiful. I'd go as far as saying this could be the best Korg synth I've ever played, and that's a big statement. You literally will not find another synthesizer under, or around, $1,000 that beats this. And next, number 3. Roland JD-XA. The Roland JD-XA is a 49-key analog/digital hybrid synthesizer. Max polyphony is 4 voices for analog and 64 voices for digital. The keys are velocity sensitive with aftertouch that can create some great effects if used correctly. It's a great starting point for composition too, as it comes with a very nice 16-track sequencer. Not all synths have this. Onboard effects are abundant, global and insert, including some lovely reverbs, delays, and EQs, so you have full control of your sound. It also comes with lots of connectivity, USB for MIDI functions, CV/gate outputs, an analog dry output jack, a click output jack, foot pedal jacks, and of course the main output jacks. This is a modern synthesizer keyboard that delivers beautiful analog and digital performance. One of the best things about this synth is that it brings out the player's creativity because there are so many ways to shape the sound. The 16-track sequencer also inspires creativity when recording / composing or used as a live performance tool. The JD-XA is a synth that any serious keyboard player would love to have. It's powerful, versatile, inspiring, and beautiful to play. It's not outrageously priced for a 49-key synthesizer, but it's not cheap either. As a pure synth, there are some better options, but as a centerpiece of your production / studio setup, features like the 16-track sequencer could push the JD-XA to the top of your list. One of the very best modern synthesizers available. Number 2. Novation Summit. The Summit is a new offering from Novation, who are known for making the Peak, a long-time top-rated synthesizer. The Summit, in a nutshell, contains two Novation Peak synth engines, so it's massively powerful. It's a semi-weighted 61-key, 2-part, 16-voice polyphonic synth with some amazing analog credentials. It has a true stereo analog signal path with dual analog multimode filters, analog VCAs, and analog distortion. This is a synth that the purists will love. It uses 3 digital oscillators per voice with a noise generator. It allows 2 LFOs per voice with an amp envelope and 2 mod envelopes. The state variable filter allows pre-filter overdrive and post-filter distortion. The Summit offers 16 modulation slots per patch and an abundance of mod sources. The onboard effects are per part and include analog distortion, 3 chorus types, and 16 types of delay. The Summit is housed in a metal case with wood ends, and the front panel is remarkably well laid out for such a complex machine. Listing the price as the only thing in the con list is because we can't find anything else. The Summit has some of the very best patches I've ever heard, especially the cinematic pads/textures. The Peak synth was incredibly powerful, so an engine running 2 peaks seems limitless. You could easily, without exaggeration, play this synth every day for a year and create a new sound every time. Even if you aren't considering buying one just yet, please go try one out. And finally, number 1. Sequential Prophet X. The Prophet range from legendary high-end synthesizer builder Dave Smith has been a front-runner in this market forever, it seems. Formerly known as Dave Smith Instruments, the company is now called Sequential, and the Prophet X is the best sequential synth to date. The Prophet X combines analog with sample-based synthesis in a collaboration with 8dio. 8dio is a company known to be experts in what they call deep sampling. At the heart of the Prophet X, you have a 61-key, semi-weighted, 32-note polyphony synth with 2 high-resolution digital oscillators. Although being digitally controlled, everything runs through analog filters for a truly authentic experience. The synth engine provides the classic sine, saw, or pulse waveforms that you expect from a Prophet, this time with even more flexibility. You can manually change the width of any waveform or use one of 4 LFOs, 4 loopable envelope generators, or the 16-slot mod matrix to add texture. The sample engine runs on 150 GB of sample content from 8dio with an additional 50 GB of space to upload your samples. The Prophet X also comes with a poly-step sequencer, which lets you record 6 notes per step for up to 64 steps. A dual effects engine provides 2 effects per layer, and there are some stunning phase, flang, distortion effects, and much more. As far as connectivity goes, you name it, it's got it, along with 3 OLED displays, making it great for studio or stage work. There is no denying the Prophet X is an absolute beast. It's impossible to cover all the complexities of this synthesizer in a mini review. The collaboration with 8dio is a success. No one does deep sampling as well as they do. A direct result of that collaboration is that the Prophet X has some beautiful piano voices, something that many synths are lacking. The 16-slot mod matrix along with the onboard LFOs and effects are capable of shaping some incredible patches and creating unique rhythms and textures. Anyone from an EDM producer to a Hollywood movie composer could gain massively from adding a Prophet X to their arsenal. The only issue is that price. It's not to suggest it isn't worth every penny, but for the average musician, it's certainly a big investment.